It's a philosophy difference of what you're going to experience at other chiropractor offices than what you experience here. I tell patients this sometimes too. Maybe your legs are supposed to be different lengths. Like maybe that's just how you were designed, and getting you straight is actually causing a problem. Like maybe your spine is curved for good reason, and getting you to neutral is actually going to create an issue. Okay, your bones are supposed to be squares, right? And if they're all squares, then they'll stack on top of each other. What if you were born with like a wedge and one of your bones is not a square and the next one is supposed to stack over here now? And I'm gonna try and wrench your spinal column back to neutral against the normal design of your bone, and I'm now gonna create a mechanical dysfunction against the normal design of your bone because you don't have normal anatomy. Your spinal column is different from this textbook, and not everybody should be in textbook alignment. 9 times out of 10, it's not even relevant. Like if you got a pinched nerve in your neck, how relevant is the straightness of your spinal column? Maybe I got to get it unstraight to unpinch it. Maybe it being straight is actually causing the problem. So the diagnosis is everything. You got to figure out what the problem is, because just getting it straight doesn't always solve the problem. Just getting your pelvis neutral doesn't always solve the problem. If you got a labral tear in your right hip, I don't care how straight you are, you got to heal the labral. It doesn't matter if your hips are off or not. And maybe by putting you straight, you put more pressure on that side, you actually make the labral tear worse. Our philosophy is that normal, healthy tissue shouldn't hurt. Whether it's aligned, misaligned, a short leg, a non-short leg, that type of stuff is kind of irrelevant to what's happening. Normal, healthy tissue shouldn't hurt. And if you have pain somewhere, there's a damaged tissue somewhere, and we got to figure out what's causing the damage to heal it faster. And then we can start playing around with, okay, well, you damaged it because your hip was out of alignment or you're walking funny or whatever. But like, we got to get the damaged tissue done first. A lot of times what'll happen is you'll get exercises too soon. Like you maybe go to a physical therapist, or your chiropractor will start giving you exercises like day one. I'm very against that. And what happens here is you don't want to pack strength on top of a dysfunction. So I'll make an analogy with a pinched nerve because it's probably the easiest one to follow. If you got a pinched nerve in your neck, the last thing you should be doing is strengthening exercises to stabilize your neck. You're going to stabilize your neck while it is currently pinching a nerve. You got to unpinch the nerve first and then stabilize it after the nerve is not pinched anymore. I don't like packing strength on top of dysfunction, and I really got to pump the brakes on my patients sometimes because they're so excited. They just want to get the exercises, they want to get the stretches, they're so involved, and I love that. Like the compliant patient who wants to go home and do their homework, they get the best results. But in the very beginning of a care plan, you got to kind of pump the brakes a little bit and say, hey, listen, if you start packing strength on top of this, it's going to be much harder to deal with. So let's loosen it up a little bit first. Let's open the joint surface. Let's get it to mechanically operate the way that it's designed to, and then strengthen those patterns once you're out of pain. Once we get you out of pain, then you do the strengthening exercises.